Hi, friends. Welcome. Thank you for stopping by today. I'm so glad that you're here. Today's reading is going to be about when your next boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it is you're looking for, may be on the horizon. This is all about who they are. And I've got 3 readings here with an oracle card. It's going to be a 5-card reading. And I've got 3 oracle cards for a little extra advice for you. So go ahead and tune in. I will be using the Jack-o'-lantern tarot. Halloween was yesterday, so still kind of in the Halloween mode. Actually, I'll probably be using these cards well into the Christmas season as well. So anyway, I like them. Okay, so here's your 3 cards. You can decide which one you are the most attracted to, intuitively speaking, and if you have more than one that you would like to listen to, I encourage you to do that, because sometimes you'll have a little bit of a message in one reading, maybe another little bit of a message in another reading. Sometimes it happens like that. So pick which one you like, or pick 2, and you take what you can take, which feels good for you, and then you leave, what doesn't. Yeah, all right, so go ahead and pause your video and choose your reading. We have reading 1, reading 2, and reading 3. Okay, here we are back with reading number 1. This is the Pink Lotus Fairy. We will get to her message at the end. And all right, I'm just going to go ahead and lay these 5 cards out. This will be an interesting reading, I think. All right, let's get started. Okay, so the first card is going to be in the is in the position of will I meet, or will there be a new relationship for me soon? So let's see what this says. All right, well, here, I don't know if you can see this card. This is a Tower card, and it's not one of the more cheery cards in the deck. And so as far as something soon coming up, it doesn't seem like there's anything soon on the horizon coming up, but I do feel like this kind of indicates when this person is coming into your life, it's going to be something rather sudden. So maybe they're not kind of in your midst yet, but when that does happen, it's going to be kind of a chance meeting, and it's going to be something that kind of evolves quickly, I feel like. So don't be disheartened that it's not something that is saying it's not happening soon. Soon is pretty relative. As well as there may be some things on your end that you need to kind of work out before moving forward. That's another thing that this card will kind of say, that if you're looking at time frames, this is not the time to start looking for a new relationship. So, and again, I think it's going to be something that finds you rather than you are looking for it. So, but anyways, so this says no, not soon, and we can move on to the next card to look and see whenever this person is coming in, what their astrological sign is. That's going to be this card, the next card, and this is the 9 of Cups. And as far as astrological signs go, the cups obviously represent water, or the element of water, and this will point to the astrological sign of Pisces. So yeah, that's something that you can look out for when meeting, if you happen to have a happenstance meeting with somebody that you might be romantically interested in. This card indicates that this person might be a Pisces. So that's interesting. And moving on to card number 3, will we be compatible? That's always a good question to ask. All right, so let's see what it says here. Lovely. This is the Lover's card. yeah, so you could probably surmise that if you'll be compatible, this is a big fat yes. This is a wonderful card as far as any love relationship goes. This is the card you want to see in a reading. So congratulations. This is, everything speaking to a lovely relationship, good, deep bond, deep connection, something that's lasting, something that's um, mutual and happy. So this is a really nice card to have come up, and is as far as being compatible. I think this is a definite yes here. So you have your happenstance meeting, although it's maybe not happening right now. You've got your Pisces person. As I said, this was the element of water too, so maybe there will be a little bit of that kind of mixed in there in some way. Maybe be on the lookout. Maybe you live near water. Maybe they live near water. Something to that effect. Who knows? Could be. And then here you have, as far as being compatible, this is a really great card. So this looks like it will be a nice equal partnership. Something that's lasting, something that's a deep connection. There will be a lot of levels here in this relationship. I feel that will be developed over time. And really not a whole heck of a lot to say about this card other than this is a really nice omen for a compatibility position. So yeah, cool. Okay, so next position, will this be a lasting relationship? And we have the card of death. Well, this is shaping up to be quite the interesting reading. So generally speaking, in a yes-no kind of situation here, the death card is more than likely pointing to no. However, I don't really feel like this is a black and white kind of answer. When I'm looking at this card over here, I definitely feel like this is just going to be talking about some transitions that the relationship's going to go through. I do feel like this will be a lasting relationship, and that this is merely talking about maybe what needs to happen before this person comes into your life. There needs to be some things to let go of, some things that you maybe need to transition out of, some kind of changes that need to be made. As far as perhaps meeting this person, as I said, and then once the relationship is moving forward, I do feel like there will probably be, obviously, there's always transitions. So to me, this feels like more like this will be a longevity kind of situation here. There's going to be transitions within this relationship, and that's going to kind of stand the test of time. So yeah, well, normally I mean, I think people might point to this and say that's a no, but I don't feel like this is a no for me. This isn't a no, especially when it's next to this card for compatibility. I feel like this is just saying there's going to be some changes within the relationship. There will be transitions. There will be which is true of any relationship. And I feel like this is saying that this will be a nice, long lasting relationship. So yeah, so I'm going to go with yes on that this will stand the test of time, I feel like. So that's interesting. Okay, so let's move on to the last card here. Okay, so this question position is this person my soulmate? I like how all of these are upright too. So here we have the Page of Pentacles, and in answering again, I didn't even realize that these are really like all yes and no questions here. Yes, no questions. So this is kind of makes it an interesting kind of different kind of reading. So the Page of Pentacles is a yes. It's definitely points to the yes. This person could very well be your soulmate. So yeah, that's interesting. And this card talks about being ambitious, diligent, somebody who is consistent, grounded, loyal, faithful, dependable, all the things that you would really like to have in a partner. So these are kind of the things you may be looking for just in general. And I feel that this person possesses a lot of these types of qualities. So that's another thing you can kind of look at the next time you happen to meet somebody. yeah, take a look at those kinds of qualities, because this is what that card entails. And that can maybe be another indicator to you that, yes, this is the person that I am looking for. This is this is the person that I want to spend my time with. So that is kind of interesting and fun. And yeah, so this reading has actually been quite interesting. We've got a lot of major arcana cards here, as far as, well, the majority of them. And that's really interesting, because when you would look at it, maybe this is not such a great card, maybe that not either. Although I don't think of death as not being a great card. I actually think it's one of the better cards, because it's just about kind of getting rid of old things, like shedding off things that you don't need anymore. And then here we have one of the best cards, the Lovers, and talking about something which is being compatible. Here you have, this is a very good card. So I feel like this is a really interesting read. And, next time you happen to, when you're ready, there's really not a whole lot of indicator of when you're going to be ready. I guess it's something you're going to have to figure out on your own. There's stuff that you need to work out probably. But as I said, happenstance kind of meeting, not expected, not looking for it. It's something that will find you. So all right, so I'm going to leave it there for that reading. Hopefully that is made some sense for you, and I guess you'll probably find out later whether it's something that panned out for you. And I'm going to move on to the Oracle card, which is number 43, the Pink Lotus Fairy. And sorry, I have some red dye on my hand. I was making Play-Doh with my daughter yesterday. It's not, blood or anything, or an injury, just in case you were noticing that. Yeah. All right. So here we're moving on to the Pink Lotus Fairy, and I will grab the book. I don't even think I mentioned, but I know I've used these cards before. This is the Oracle of Shadow and Light, and the Pink Lotus Fairy says it's a time for spirit. So that kind of already tells us a little bit about the card, and you can kind of see she's in her yoga pose there, her namaste pose, and so this is probably going to be a lot about using intuition. Okay, so pretty much as stated, this is talking about the spiritual quest, travel, calm, self-love, self-acceptance, your third eye and crown chakra activation, connection to all, connected to the universe, receiving universal love messages, and connected to self, to the earth, peaceful flowing energy in the body. So yeah, this is saying it says time to take a class, course, or a new study program. Time to welcome a new teacher, either in the form of physical or perhaps a path that speaks to your heart at this time. It says it may seem out of character for you to kind of take this tranquil yogi kind of path, but it's something that is deep within you, and it's something that you should acknowledge. So that could be perhaps maybe part of the thing that you may need to work on in order to bring this new person in. It feels like it's saying to kind of connect with your spirit self, your higher self, your higher guidance, that kind of thing. And do that in any way you see fit. It says to take a class, or maybe join yoga or whatever. Of course you can also do that on your own time, on your own terms, not in a class if that's not your thing. Meditation is also a good way to do that, but it's saying that there's some messages that are needing to come through, and it's time to connect with that part of yourself, kind of take it on as a new path. So that's interesting. It could be related to love, relationships, if you're looking on bringing in something new towards yourself, or it could just be general for all aspects of your life, or both. Why not both? It could be both. Yeah, so that's kind of the message there. Hopefully that's something that you can appreciate and take something from. It's a nice message. If it's something you're already doing, I feel like continue on, keep working on receiving those messages, connecting yourself to the universe, receiving the universal love, which is really, really a lovely sentiment. I like it. Yeah, so interesting. I'm going to leave that with you, and hopefully that has helped you a lot, or helped you in some way. I shouldn't say helped you a lot, really help out a whole lot here, but hopefully it's helped you in some way. And it was, at the very least, interesting to listen to. Yeah, so I'm going to leave it there with you, and thank you in advance for your liking and subscribing. This is something helpful to me as well. Yeah, and all right, so thanks for listening, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye. Okay, back for reading number 2. If this is the card that you chose, this is Angel de los Muertos. Transitions to the spirit realm. That's interesting, seeing as how we just had Halloween yesterday. So I'm going to set that aside. We'll read about her later. This is your 5-card reading about if a new love is coming in. This will kind of hit on if it's happening soon, their astrological sign. Probably should have said that in the beginning. I'm using the Jack-o'-lantern tarot. As you can see, there you go. Yeah, all right, so let's get started. Okay, so this is these are all basically yes and no questions for the most part. So I tried to kind of take as much as I can from each card. It's kind of hard when it's set up as a yes or no, but I will be looking into it as much as I can there. But in any case, still interesting because here this card is, will there be a new relationship for me soon? So, here we go. If that doesn't tell you, then I will tell you this is a big, big fat yes. Looks like the Sun is one of the more positive, if not most positive cards in the deck. So yeah, I do feel as far as this card is concerned, yes, there is a new love on the horizon for you, and they're coming in. This card is talking about the astrological sign of the person, what they may what their astrological sign might be. Okay, so astrological sign is Three of Wands, which points to the sign of Aries. It is also the planet is the planet that it represents is the Sun, which is interesting because we have the Sun right next to this card. So that is an interesting little tie-in there. So if you are, or if you know somebody, or when you meet somebody, there's a good chance that this will be their astrological sign for this next person kind of coming in. So check that out. And then the next card is, will we be compatible? This is a good question to ask. So let's see what this says. Strength. Hopefully this is not too dark. I didn't use any light today. I'm usually by the window, but it's a little bit cloudy out today. So hopefully you can see that. This is the Strength card. So if we're looking at yes or no, this is definitely a yes. As far as will you be compatible, and I feel like as it is saying, here's another, this is weird because it came up kind of similarly in the last reading where we had these major arcana cards in the same spot. So this is interesting. Again, this is the major cards usually have, you know, hold a little bit more weight than the minor cards do. There's less of them in the deck as well. So this card, as you can probably surmise, is all about strength, courage, bravery. So I do feel like this is really going to be rooted in something solid and strong and good. This talks a lot about inner power as well. So I do feel like this is going to be a nice, like, mutual kind of relationship. So yeah, that's a nice little tie in there to this one here. And yeah, so good. The next card we'll be talking about. I'm sorry, these are such quick reads because they're so like yes or no. I feel like I'm trying to take more information from the cards, but I kind of get stopped because I'm answering the question. So, but whatever. There it is. Compatibility is a yes, so that's good. All right, so we'll move on to the next card, which is asking the question, will this be a long-lasting relationship? Anyways, these are always the questions we want answered, right? Okay, so lasting relationship, we have here the Two of Swords. And this is one of the cards in the deck that doesn't give a clear yes or no. So when speaking, the meaning of this card is like the stalemate, making difficult choices, kind of being stuck, that type of thing. So I feel like it's still going to be up in the air depending on kind of how the relationship will play out. So I guess it will be something that will be decided at a later time. There's going to be other factors involved. So that's kind of interesting. I guess it's just going to be a wait and see kind of thing. At the moment, there is no clear answer. Compatibility is there. The person is there. So it kind of seems like it would point to yes, but at the moment it's saying maybe. So that's interesting. Okay, so let's move on to card number 5, which is asking the question, is this person my soulmate? Okay, so this card is the Two of Cups. And for the soulmate, this card as a yes or no is definitely a yes. This is one of the nicer relationship cards in the deck. This one talks about union, compatibility, being together, having a nice relationship on several different levels. So this is a really nice card as far as your soulmate goes. As I said, I feel like this is going to be something which is developing slowly over time. So I feel like that this will be a nice connection as far as here and here. This is your maybe, but I kind of feel like this will be pointing it into the yes direction. This will be a nice lasting relationship, but I do feel like there will be some obstacles as there is in any relationship. But soulmate says yes. Good. Funny because I had the Lovers come up in the other reading, so interesting that the Two of Cups is coming up here. Kind of makes for a really nice kind of story here for you. So if this is the reading that you chose, this is a really nice indicator that there is somebody on the horizon for you, and it looks like it's going to be a nice lasting relationship. So all right, I'm going to leave that with you because that's quite a high note to kind of end on there. And let's see what our oracle card says. As I said, this is the Angel de los Muertos, the transition to the spirit realm. So let's see what her advice is. And I'm using the Oracle of Shadows and Light, which I do use rather often because I like it. So this is kind of an interesting message. It says that the Angel de los Muertos appears in a reading that signifies that you must not delay activating this lifetime's purpose. Her message is not only from those who have passed, but of the truth that you can activate your life, your new life, while you are still alive. So it's saying like death is not the ultimate reshaper. That you can break patterns that maybe are not healthy. Maybe you've realized recently that there are some patterns that you have that are not healthy. You have it within you to stop that and change without getting completely rid of your way of being. You can make small changes to alter patterns. So if this is something It says energy is changing and death is no longer the greatest reshaper. She comes to visit you now so the fear of mortality passes and so that you understand that you can begin to rebirth yourself into a new life now. So this is kind of a heavy message. Hopefully it makes sense for you. And it does seem slightly pointed as far as if you're kind of needing maybe a little boost somewhere about maybe wanting to make some changes. She's saying that you absolutely can without, altering too much of what's going on. You can make small changes over a period of time to kind of grow slowly into what you're kind of working towards, whatever that may be. So that's a nice little message. Do you feel it's a kind of interesting? Don't feel like it's too much of a tie into the reading as far as your love reading is concerned here, but if this, hopefully this makes a little bit of sense for you, if it's something that you're thinking about. Yeah, so it's an interesting, nice little message. Just remember, we can always, change our habits that we have, that we deem not healthy, not good for us, without fearing that we need to stop everything, completely change. You can do it small increments and over a longer period of time. And then you will achieve what you're looking to achieve. So that's interesting. And a nice sentiment. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to thank you in advance for your likes and subscribes. I really, really appreciate it. If you have any comments on this reading, please do let me know. Thoughts and feelings, whatever they may be. I read all the comments, and I'm going to leave that there and hope that it's helped in some small way for you, and at the very least has been an interesting something to listen to. Yeah. All right, so I'm leaving it there, and I thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye. Okay, back for reading number 3. If this is a card that you chose, this is Death and the Maiden, Invasion, Boundaries, and Violated Dominance. No, Invasion. Boundaries violated. Dominance. Okay, so that's interesting. I'm going to leave that to the end. Not looking so much for a tie-in with this reading, because this reading is more or less yes or no questions with a little bit of depth, as much as is possible here. And as I said, these are all like yes or no questions, basically, except for the astrological sign. So I will try to gain a little bit of insight as much as possible to kind of give a little bit more information. But as this is looking into the future, it's always a little bit, the information is not always there's not always a ton of information coming through. So let's just see what these cards have to say, and hopefully this will be an interesting reading for you. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so card number 1, is there a love on the horizon coming in soon for you? And here we have the King of Pentacles, and this card can be considered a yes card. So as far as new love coming in soon, this card is a yes. The King of Pentacles talks about abundance, security, somebody who's a provider, somebody who's reliable. So this has a nice masculine energy to it. If that's what you are looking for, maybe you're looking for a boyfriend, perhaps. And this is a nice masculine energy of somebody who is a good provider, will provide security, somebody who is reliable. It does also talk about abundance and prosperity, so that's really nice too. So I feel like this is something that will be kind of like a chance, maybe a chance meeting, and you'd be like, wow, I feel really lucky to have met this person, that kind of thing. And maybe this person knows somebody that you know, so maybe they're in your circle of maybe outer limits of somebody who there may be somebody that you know that already knows this person. So yeah, this doesn't feel like super chance. I feel like yeah, I feel like it's going to maybe happen like that. So never know, perhaps not. Just my feeling. And all right, so the next card is going to talk about astrological signs, what this person's astrological sign might be. So astrological sign is 10 of Cups, and this will relate to the astrological sign of Pisces. And if you've got somebody in your midst, or when you do meet this person, check on the astrological sign. This is 10 of Cups is associated with water as well. This is also associated with the numbers 10 and 1. This is a card of family, of harmony, of happiness. So this is also a nice kind of sentiment here as far as who this person might be. Again, you can kind of look to this card as well as far as kind of qualities. And it may be an interesting tie-in. So who knows? Guess you'll have to see that for yourself. But again, this is the astrological sign of Pisces. So be sure to check that out next time you meet somebody. And yeah, so let's move on to card number 3. Card number 3 will speak about or asks the question, will we be compatible? Which is a good question to ask. So, are we compatible? And we have the Magician card. So this is a clear yes. You are compatible. This card is all about like manifestation and like bringing about the changes that you want to have in your life. So as far as somebody who is compatible with you, they're looking at the same things. This is like as it is a major arcana card, so it does hold a little bit more weight than the minor cards. This is a nice sentiment for compatibility. This is for me, it feels like a nice, good base as far as like knowing what you want. The other person knows what they want, and you're actively working towards manifesting that. So that's an interesting pull for this position. So as far as compatibilities go, the answer yes or no is a yes, so that's good. And all the other things I already mentioned, which make it a nice card. So let's move on to card number 4, which will ask the question if this will be a lasting relationship. Okay, so we have the 6 of Wands reversed. And if this card were in the upright position, it would be a yes. So at the moment it's saying no, but again, this can change into a yes depending on how things pan out and decisions to be made. So because we're kind of like speculating into the future, so far things look quite nice and good. There seems to be a good connection. It's saying at the moment a lasting relationship is no, but if it is able to turn around, which is obviously will be within your power to do so, this can turn into a yes. So not so bad, not so bad. Yeah, because let's see, this in the upright talks about, you know, triumph and setting out to do what you achieve, setting out to achieve something, and you're able to do so, and you're able to achieve it, which kind of talks about this manifesting things that you want. So I kind of feel like this is just something that could be turned around into the affirmative, even though it's in the negative position at the moment. It is something that could be changed. So yeah, all right, not so bad. And let's look at the last card. Is this my soulmate? Okay, so soulmate, the Empress. So that is a usual indicator of yes. Okay, so Empress, the Empress card does indicate a yes as far as soulmate goes. And this is a card of a lot of feminine energy, which is interesting because here we have the King of Pentacles and the Empress is, well, the Empress is a major arcana card, and we've got another major card here as well. So we've got some heavy energy here. And I like that they're both wearing purple. Maybe they all are. I don't know. This one is too. There's a lot of purple in here, which I like. So the Empress is kind of the card which is indicating fertility, femininity, creativity, abundance. Yeah, so all the good things that that come along with a soulmate. So you have here the masculine side, you have the feminine side. So I really feel like these two in whichever way are going to be coming together, and this will be a nice relationship. We do have this one here, which is indicating perhaps not, but it is something that I do feel like can be fixed, because I feel like you both will be kind of on the same wavelength as far as compatibility goes, for sure. And then you decide, how that's going to go and, for what reason. And there are things that are definitely fixable within the relationship. So really nice reading here. I'm going to leave that on that high note there. I'm going to grab this oracle card, which is Death in the Maiden. So we will see what this, none of these so far have really tied into the love reading for me, because as I said, this is kind of like a speculation, a future kind of reading, if you will, and the future can always change. So I feel like this may be more just towards a message just for you. And this is coming from the Oracle of Shadows and Light, which I don't think I mentioned before. And yeah, so let's see what the book says about this card. Okay, so right off, the first thing that I read is says that this card is indicating that you may be in a relationship, an out of balance relationship. It might not be a love relationship. It can be any kind of relationship which is out of balance. So I don't know if this holds true for you. Hopefully it does. Well, not hopefully you're in an out of balance relationship. Obviously, that's not what I mean. I'm saying hopefully this will make some sense for you, so you can kind of get a message out of it. It may be that you are taking too much or imposing on another, or all the while blind as a skeleton to the truth. Or it may be that you are the maiden and have no defenses against another who is draining you. So up to you to decide if you're this person or this person. If in fact there is some type of relationship maybe worth looking into, maybe that's something you're not aware of. Yeah, have a look into your kind of personal relationships at the moment and see if there's one person who's kind of draining you, or if maybe you feel you're imposing too much on somebody and they're not, and it's not a fair kind of equal give and take there. It says you may have been drawn into the drama and color and entertainment of a relationship, but now we're discovering that it's kind of tiring and it's draining and lacking respect. It's time to truly assess the relationship and take steps to be safer and more protected and more respected. So it's kind of coming from this person's perspective here. If that's is you, and you or somebody's kind of draining on you, pulling on you, taking your energy out, it's time to kind of face that and work on protecting yourself better, kind of keeping that person at a safe distance to where they're not taking from you what doesn't belong to them. So this is kind of an interesting message here. Hopefully it's something that makes sense to you and you can take something from. And yeah, I'm going to leave it there. And I thank you in advance for your like and for your subscribe. I very much appreciate that. Please do leave me a comment if you have any question or need clarity, or just, want to put down your thoughts and feelings, that's fine too. I'm always looking for new ideas for readings. If you have any ideas of things that you would like to see me read on, be more than happy to hear those. Otherwise, thank you so much. I hope this has helped you in some small way, and I'm going to leave it there, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye.